Welcome back, everybody, to This Is My Bourbon Podcast. I'm your host, Perry. And with me this week, somehow, I'm glad you came back based on all the
I'm not going nowhere.
All the death threats you got.
Rid of me.
Could you get on the mic, please?
You can't get rid of me. Listeners, viewers, subscribers, likers, commenters. I'm here. I'm here to stay. If the show goes, I go.
We're not going anywhere anytime soon. Yeah. Anyway, it's Eric, the Whiskey Mutant.
It's me.
Yeah, we're back. Oh, buddy,
I'm the problem. It's me.
No, I've
heard that song the other day. That's the new song out, right?
You're a few years off.
Oh, I'm trying.
That's okay. It has been a tough week, but it's also been a constructive week for us here at This Is My Bourbon Podcast. I will be very honest, but you have also been very honest with us, listeners who have filled out our survey asking for your feedback.
Keep going.
Keep going?
What?
That's fine. No. Keep going. Let's keep rolling with it. Keep going.
Keep going.
If you want to keep going, the survey link is the Google form. The survey link is still in the description below. It was not so initially, but it is now anonymous. So even if it does ask for an email, that is not. We're not collecting email addresses. That is just for verification purposes. So I don't think that we are like reading each response based on and associating it with an email address. It's
unless you sign it.
Unless you sign it. But we're not. Dadgummit, dude. That's confidential. I know we didn't name anything.
I didn't name anybody.
Anyway,
keep going.
But the crux of it all here. Let's just.
We weren't going to do this.
We weren't going to do this too much, but I just want to say this. We wouldn't have asked for feedback if we didn't want to keep doing this show and if we didn't want to improve on the show that we were doing. Right?
Right.
So in the long run, things are changing for the better, I would say.
Yeah.
Right?
Not drastically.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, I am going through life changes. I've got another kid on the way, which I'll take a little sidebar and talk about how cool this is. I felt the baby move for the first time last night. I was starting to fall asleep, and Lucy goes, Perry, wake up. I can feel her moving. And she was like, I think you could probably feel her too. And she like put my hand on her belly. And it was just like, yeah, the baby was like rolling around. It was crazy.
Your baby's already kicking your ass.
Pretty much. Anyway. But yeah, I mean, things are not going to look exactly the same by the time we get to September. But the show will still exist. It's just we want to make sure that by the time that we get to September, the show that is in place is the best possible show that you can get.
It's like the circus. The best show on earth.
Without the animal abuse, hopefully.
Well, there's no animal abuse on here.
All right, we're already better than the circus.
See?
This is my bourbon podcast.
We win.
Better than the circus.
That's it.
Let's put that on a shirt.
There you go. I think we won.
Anyway, please do continue giving feedback. We really do appreciate it. That link is still in the description below. We love you guys. Thank you for your support.
You know who else we love?
Patreon. That is true. If you want to support the show, you can do so at patreon.com/mybourbonpodcast. That link is also in the description. For as little as $1 a month, you can support the show. For as little as $5 a month, you get bonus content that is over there. There's the bonus episode that comes out every Monday. This week, we did a blind flight for Simply Irresistible from Don Nishida. We did the pregame chats, which comes out every Tuesday before the uncut episode. That's where we just kind of don't cut out any of the weird nonsense that we talk about in between the actual bourbon content that we normally do for the stop. Because snap out of it, dude. Come on. Hey.
Give me the snacks!
Come back. Hey, whoa.
I'm back. Where am I?
Anyway, yeah, we're keeping everything tight these days.
Yeah.
But the Patreon uncut episode is where you get a little bit extra content with the uncut stuff. We include a little bit more like
my dogs show up.
Yeah, and we're just kind of throwing in a little bit like extra banter.
Yeah,
and hanging out, and it's loosey goosey. It's fun. It's hey, we're just being two guys chilling out.
Hey,
but less noises these days.
True.
Anything else about Patreon?
Nope. We love you. We love the support. And I think it's the best place to get all the 10-bit content.
I got something else, though.
What?
Live show tickets.
Oh, they're here.
They are on sale.
They're going.
We'll stop doing promo stuff in a moment. But if you want to hang out with us for 10-bit Live 2024 and Kenny Coleman of Bourbon Pursuit.
Who's that?
He's one of the hosts of Bourbon Pursuit.
Oh, right.
And one of the...
Cecil.
No, the other guy.
Oh, the other one.
He's the one that doesn't have a beard.
Oh, okay. I gotta refocus on what I was going to do for the live show.
Oh, okay. Anyway, he had a beard for a little while and then he shaved it because he said it was getting annoying. Okay. It's a shame. I thought it was looking really good. Anyway, that's spelled Kenny wrong.
Who is this?
Anyway. Kenny is going to be hanging out with us. He is going to be our third co-host for the evening. We are going to be welcoming bourbon brands, actual bourbon brands, to the event as well, that you are going to be able to get the chance to sample along with us as we interview representatives from those brands.
It's like a little corner of a bourbon con.
Exactly. We are going to be welcoming Dark Arts Whiskey House, our buddy McCauley, formerly of... Wilderness Trail. There's a bottle from Dark Arts. Because Kenny is going to be there, we're also going to have Pursuit United or Pursuit Spirits or
United Spirits?
Yeah.
Airlines?
No. I hope not. Boeing is going to be
flying in there.
They're holding on those doors with duct tape. Well, yeah. Maybe scotch if they're lucky. Not with anyway. RD1 is going to be there as well. Our buddy Barry Brenninger is going to have a representative present if he's not going to be there.
Yeah.
Which also I think we've talked about this in our Discord. But our offsite experience for our VIP folks that are going to be in for the 10-bip weekend.
Which tickets are still live for those. There's a few left.
Yes. I have bad news, though, for anybody who is getting our hotel deal. By the time this episode comes out, unless you're listening to the uncut edition, the hotel deal is unfortunately off the table at this point. We had a cutoff of the 23rd.
Oh, there was a cutoff. So everybody got one already is good.
Yeah. I didn't realize that until
recently. Snooze, you lose.
But you can still get a different hotel or get one at 21C and still come and hang out with us if you go to the VIP. It's fine. I'm really sorry about that. That was an oversight on my part. We'll try to help you out with, like, if you're staying at a different hotel because it's cheaper, we'll try to help you out with, like, Uber or Lyft or whatever. I'm really sorry.
When is it?
The 23rd.
We'll put an announcement out.
Yeah, we will. We'll put it on Discord and
we'll put it out all through the page.
We'll put it out all over the place.
So you will have a chance to get your hotel now.
Yes. Prior to this coming out.
Yes.
For sure.
The other day.
Anyway. Sorry about that. But anyway, all those links are in the description. Oh, and Barstown Bourbon Company. That's the other brand that is going to be available. So you are going to be able to sample products from those distilleries while also eating some good local food as well. We've at least got our dessert lined up, right, for pairing.
I haven't even told you more about that. For the good. Yeah, so there is a special dessert that is going to definitely be there. We're still finalizing like the small plates and the appetizers that we'll have.
But are they locked in for it?
Yeah. I'm just going to give
you... Can we go ahead and say who it is?
No.
Oh,
I want to wait.
It.
I want to wait.
People got to know, man.
I want to make them. They're
getting anxious about it.
Okay, they can wait one more week. But look at this.
Oh, okay. All right. Sounds pretty dope.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
It's gonna be good.
Not upset about that by any means. So yeah, we've got a really, really exciting evening planned for everybody.
It's gonna be fun.
It's not going to be our normal live event where everybody sits down and has to listen to us for an hour and a half. It's going to be intermittent chats and recordings and everything.
And even if you want to go eat or have samples while we're recording, we're not going to say, get over here.
Oh, and also, if you want to, you can bring your own bottles in.
Yeah.
You want to share stuff with other people? Feel free to.
Yeah.
You want other people to give you bottles and samples to try? That's also permissible.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's good. You're welcome to do that. It's all part of it this year. And years to come. Mm-hmm. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Months to come.
What? Oh, yeah, that's right. That's also part of it.
What did I say?
Anyway, all those links are in the description below. Go and check that out. We've got... Can we go ahead and talk about one of the things that we're going to have available for people to purchase at the live show?
I think. That's still a thing, I believe. I'm not heard different.
I mean, all the files have been submitted for it.
Oh, well, then you're good.
We got glassware that's going to be...
New glass.
We haven't had glasses that have been available for a while. There's going to be some Tim Dip glasses.
I'm not trying to... I don't think that it's a big enough thing, but if you've already bought a VIP, or you do, that's included.
Yeah, you got glasses.
You don't even have to pay for them at the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Now that we got all that good business out of the way, how about some bourbon?
I want to drink some bourbon.
Would you like a flying blind?
Yeah, but what? Sometimes we do snacks.
Yeah, sometimes we do sips and snacks, but this time around, we're doing flying blind, which we kind of use to get ourselves ready for an episode. And I'm going to blind Eric this week with 2 samples that I found in a box.
In a box?
That was taped up from our move from last September that I did not realize had a bunch of good samples in it. And I don't have the samples out. Do you want to look at me for a second? So I cut the box.
Can't see. You cut the box.
I cut the box open, and like as I was going through the samples, I like pulled one out. Like literally every sample, I went, huh. Oh, like almost every single one. I was so surprised by it.
You know who sent this box?
No, this was a box like with a bunch of different samples in it.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure I know who sent these samples.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
All right.
We'll look at it together though, just based on the labels.
Okay.
Try to figure it out together.
Okay.
We'll do some
do
sleuthing. Anyway.
Recon.
You probably don't have to cover your eyes. I could just, firmly grasp the samples. Or do whatever you want. I don't care.
I'm like a little kid when you do like the pass out game thing. Yeah.
You see how long you can hold your breath before you pass out? Is that the game? Oh, okay.
Did you ever do the one where you did that and then your friends like pushed you a bunch? Or like they keep pushing on you?
No.
You never did that one?
No.
Yeah. It's kind of scary.
My friends were mostly nice to me.
That's fair.
Mostly.
There were those times where I questioned whether my friends were friends or
or just acquaintances that like your parents kind of made you hang out.
Most of the ones that did that stuff I still talk to, so
well,
that's good. We're still here.
For better or worse.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
We're good to go.
Woo. Got it. All right. Oh. Oh. Number 2 smells finished.
Neither of them are finished.
Okay.
There is a common element between
Rye.
these two.
Definitely rye. Oh, they smell so good. They smell like high proof, well-rounded rye whiskeys. There is a rhubarb note on number 2 that is absolutely amazing, because I remember going and picking rhubarb with my great-grandma. My great-great-grandma.
Oh, wow.
And she would make desserts and stuff out of rhubarb. It smells just like fresh rhubarb.
All right.
The first one is a little bit more spearminty. It's almost like a spearmint gum.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Oh. Take my breath away. That's good.
Boom, boom.
What is that? It tastes like...
That finish is wild.
It's like rye. It's like rye whiskey, but the finish is the wildest thing. The finish is
crazy. It's in a completely different category, all on its own. I feel like
I don't know how to describe the finish. I'm trying to. It's just really good. It's just like...
Is it weird to... I feel like I can only describe it in terms of like...
It's almost like a
feeling.
Yeah, like you're in the...
Like it feels prickly to me almost.
Oh, okay. I'm different. I'm saying the feeling, like the atmosphere you're in. Like it's just like...
Oh, okay.
Like it's like you're at like a party and like they're cooking... You smell the food in the background, and I don't know. It's like cake and like barbecue. It's like you're at a birthday party.
Okay. Yeah. I kind of see that.
You got some burgers. You got like grill going. Like, man, this is fun. You know there's a cake coming out.
All right.
That's... I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, man, this is rhubarb. This is outside in a garden. You're in a garden. It's just...
You're talking about number 2.
Yes, number 2. It's like you're in a fresh garden and everything is just fresh.
Yeah. That was a good one.
Oh.
Mm.
Oh.
Mm.
That tastes like fresh bread. Like just the bread that you don't have to like put any jelly on. It's so like kind of sweet and like feeling that it's just... You could just eat this bread by itself. Almost like a sweet roll, like a Hawaiian roll type roll bread.
There is kind of a strawberry jelly note that I get with this as well, that I tend to get on a lot of the cast strength. This is cast strength. Yeah. Both of these are cast strength. I tend to get on a lot of the cast strength products from this brand. Huh. And honestly, drinking this second one really puts me at this distillery.
Okay.
Too. Mm. Actually, drinking both of these puts me at their respective distilleries. Let's go.
This is good. I don't really have a guess on... They do seem like they're about 115 to 120 proof. I really think they're ryes.
They are remarkably similar in proof and pretty close in age too, I would say.
I would say at least...
Whoever sent these...
8 to 10 years.
Whoever sent these did an immaculate job of curating these two samples.
They're from different distilleries.
They are from different distilleries.
They seem like they're in the same family, though. They taste like they're in the same family.
It's like... It's almost like they're cousins in some way.
Kissing cousins.
Not quite.
Oh. Either way, Yeah, they put it together good.
Okay. First of all, get back on the mic a little bit more, please. I mean, you can. I'm sorry. Look.
Okay.
Do you have any guesses?
Not really. I don't know.
You are going to be floored by both of these. I'm actually going to reveal the second one first.
Is this stuff that I have?
Yeah.
God, I hate those. When you're like, you have like a bunch of this stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm going to reveal the second one first.
Okay.
The second one is Maker's DNA 126.4.
Damn.
So it's the 125 proof
That
barrel
tastes like
entry.
a rhubarb.
Yeah, if you were,
like a rye.
but like remember when we reviewed it, we said that it was like big and bold, that it almost read like a rye bourbon, instead of a wheated bourbon,
right?
So it kind of makes sense.
I get it now.
That like even
it's just
blind,
crazy that that's a wheated bourbon.
I know. Now that you know what this is,
okay,
and that it's like 6 to 7 years old,
right?
Any guesses what this other one is?
Well, it's not a rye.
It's not.
It's a wheated bourbon.
It's a wheated bourbon.
I'm sure it's like double the age.
No.
Less?
It's 6
years old. 7 years old.
Yeah.
Weller 107.
No.
Oh. I don't know. Willet.
Yeah.
Is this a wheated Willet?
Yeah.
I should have known. This has to be like the high rye bourbon.
You think?
I don't think this.
I don't think it drinks like it.
It doesn't drink like the wheated either. Now that I get it, I get the burnt toast.
I think it
the
smells.
Toast.
I think it drinks and smells just like their wheated bourbon.
Maybe it is. I don't know. This is good.
It has to be their wheated bourbon.
Oh man, I think it may be the high rye bourbon. I don't know.
But you see what I mean?
Who sent these?
I thought it was Patrick.
It kind of looks like Patrick.
Yeah.
7-year Willet, 124.8 proof. Interesting. That's good.
Let me ask him real quick.
And back. I know what this is now.
Yeah, so we got confirmation from Patrick. Sorry, we had to take a quick
These
little
were
break.
from Patrick Starkey. These samples.
They were. We had confirmation on the single barrel pick. This was actually a rye bourbon from Willet. So your palate was correct. Mine was not. It's a good thing that we're not doing Matt Madness this year.
Is that a thing? Still?
Not this year.
Oh. Why?
Not that I can tell.
Oh.
If it is, we haven't been invited.
Oh.
So nobody got a freebie in round one.
Oh, I didn't even make it to round one last time. I didn't even make it past the pre-round.
Oh, be careful. You can get pregnant in the pre-round.
I was going to say, I didn't make it to the main dance. That's, the problem I had before. Got over it. I'll get over it again. What have you been drinking?
Well,
I was thinking about that too, and not a lot.
Okay, here's how my week's kind of gone.
Break it down.
We got done recording on Friday.
Yep.
I went home. I took a little nap because usually after we get done recording, I'm really tired from all the bourbon that we drink. Yeah,
because we did a whole
flight and everything. Yeah. And then Saturday, I woke up and I did our taxes. And then I didn't get done with them on Saturday because we were missing some forms. And so Sunday, I got back up and I did our taxes. And I finished them all on Sunday. And then Monday through Thursday, I crunched in my 40 hours for my 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Which was really 8 to 6. Yeah, 8 to 6. So that I could have all of today, Friday, off, which has been so nice. But I have basically been working nonstop from Saturday up until last night around, I don't know, midnight, basically.
Hardworking man.
In one way or another. So aside from my live stream last night where I drank through some of the bourbons, the only one I didn't have was Dark Arts because they're not in stores around here. You know, it's just only online. But I drank through the other bourbons that are available that are going to be at 10-Bip Weekend or 10-Bip Live 2024. Not really a whole lot of anything of note. You know it's bad. Or you know things are like in flux when I'm not even really drinking Turkey 101.
You okay?
I'm fine.
Okay. Just checking.
But I mean, it's been like
1 week since I looked at you.
Might have been like 3 or 4 weeks since I've had Turkey 101.
Do you have any?
Oh, yeah, I've got plenty. I just haven't had any. So when like I'm going for a pour, when I'm going for a pour, I'm going for something that's going to just like satisfy me for the night.
Everything. And you want the full package.
Pretty much. So when I'm, you know, and this is also, again, going back to like, I'm in the middle of this weight loss journey too. I'm still like drinking less.
Yeah.
Too.
Good.
So I'm really truly down. And a big part of like my wind down used to be I'd take my like noser glass, which you know what it is. Right.
Yeah.
It's that like brewmate
it's
cup. It looks essentially like it's got the same construction as
a boob.
No, it looks like
little
You know what? What are we on? 329? I don't know if the word tit has ever been said
that. No
on
way.
an episode of This Is My Bourbon podcast.
Surely I've said tit.
That's crazy.
Okay.
Wow. Well, there's a first for everything.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Pick your noser. Usually take the noser.
Anyway, I would take it looks more like a Norland than anything. It's just not see-through.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I would take that and I would fill it out about halfway, 3/4 of the way up, and like I'd get in bed and watch whatever, and that would be like my wind down for the night. I just like try to not get in bed with a drink anymore, and I sleep better, wake up more rested.
It does make for a better next day.
Yeah, it does. And I mean, that's nothing new. That's nothing new that we've talked about on the podcast either.
Right.
And so I'll have like a drink of, or maybe two. I mean, it just depends on the evening. But like Knob Creek Single Barrel. Or if it's been like a particularly long day, Stag Junior.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it just like...
That's all you need.
It just depends, you know, on what's been going on. So, I mean, that's just kind of where I am. I mean, there's nothing like really crazy. I haven't had the chance to like go anywhere. I guess the only place that I've really gone has been my parents' house.
Yeah.
This past week. For anybody who's not been around or is getting caught up, I'm about to be an uncle for the first time.
Oh,
my
congratulations,
brother,
Dane.
my brother and his wife are really about a week away from their son being born.
Little Danny.
Which is crazy. I'm gonna have a little nephew.
He kicks you in the shin all the time.
He more than likely will,
Punches you in the balls.
knowing my little brother. Yeah. And so we went over to mom and dad's for dinner on Sunday, and my parents made flank steak. Just real nice. So I brought over the wagyu. And that was my little pairing.
Nice.
With it.
Little pear bear over here.
Yeah.
Little pear bear.
I try to especially if my dad if he grills steak.
Yeah.
For dinner over there.
Nice.
I try to bring something like that
I like it.
over. What about you? What have you been drinking?
I'm kind of in the same boat as you. We try to cut back a little bit. I've not had too much since last week. I too did taxes, and I waited till the last 6 hours. On
the 15th.
I don't have complicated taxes. I know I can put them in, but I know what's coming.
Yeah.
I feel like it's okay for me to complain. I put back the extra. I know what I'm going to have to pay. It sucks. I complain.
Yeah.
I know, I know what the country we live in does for us. I understand. I appreciate all that, but I still complain about taxes. Get mad at me. I don't care. And as I hit send with my payment and my taxes, I went and got that Elijah Craig barrel proof that's 139 proof, and I had the best pour of my life after I gave the government my money.
I loved in the Discord you were like, I'm gonna go drink bleach now.
Yeah. Because it is. It comes out of my check every month, and that's still,
I know.
It, you work hard and you get bonuses and you get raises, and you have to pay for it at the end of the year.
Dude, this was the first time in years that we actually owed anything. And I mean, it wasn't insignificant either. It was just all right.
Yeah. And it just hurts. It's all year. You look at your check and you're like, man, imagine if I got all this money.
Yeah.
And then it's okay, but that's how it is. And then at the end of the year, you still got to give money.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get off on that tangent.
Yeah, we're not going to do that right now. We got other stuff we got to talk about.
But I also, yesterday was...
we got a busy episode.
Yeah. Yesterday was my wife's birthday, and we went to Carson's last night for dinner.
Oh!
And I got some old fashions at Carson's. So good.
Did Addison drive home?
No.
You had to think about it, which is not a good thing.
I didn't get that many old fashions. But it was good. Carson's is a great place if you're in Lexington.
They have a second location opening up too.
Over on your side of town.
Closer to my side of town. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. You cut through town. I'm not going to out you either, but that's a good thing. You're right in the middle of both of them, actually.
Pretty much, yeah.
But Carson's, I was actually looking at Carson's for our family dinner VIP weekend.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't guarantee that they could sit us all together, and I really wanted to. So it's still on the table. I've got two choices. Either way, if you're in Lexington, check out Carson's. Great bourbon selection, great cocktails. I would probably...
They're up there with OBC.
I was going to say, I will always recommend OBC first, but my second is always Carson's. So, had a couple cocktails there, and that's really about it, because the bottle we are going to review, I got earlier in the week, but I didn't open it. I saved it. It tempted me. What? I'm just excited. I'm looking forward to... Tempted me. Tempted. What? So we're going to review that here in a little bit. I know we have a topipic.
We do.
You want to pour this up and let it sit for a little bit?
I think we should.
Talk about it.
Yeah, we got some other kind of adjacent pours I think that we could drink on as well while we're talking about this. But Kiawah blend.
Oh,
damn.
Kiawah blend.
And me wanna go home.
Obviously we have loved our 2XO.
We have, and we love Dixon Dedman, too.
Yeah.
Good friend of the show.
Just a little bit about this. It is, each release that he does, he kind of blends it based on like a certain topic. And this is a nod to my happy place where I go with my family and friends to unwind and recharge. Sometimes you need to step off the grid. And so it's Kiawah.
In South Carolina. Here's the funny thing about this, too. I love that he's like, I'm stepping off the grid, and he names exactly the place that he goes.
They're going to get you, Dixon. You just outed yourself. You outed yourself. They know where you're going to be.
One day, too. My family vacation's not too far away from...
How far away is that from Hilton Head? Because that's where we go. Damn it, I just outed myself.
I'm not bleeping that one either. It's about an hour away.
I mean...
Maybe 2.
Maybe we just all meet in South Carolina for the summer.
Oh, Timbit meetup in South Carolina?
Dude. Okay. Dixon's like, leave me alone.
Please, for the love of God.
Please.
We triangulate. Anyway, where my family has historically vacationed for a very long time is not far away at all from Kiawah. So someday I'm going to try to get like a big family dinner with Dixon and the Deadmans. What a great band name, though. Dixon and the Deadmans.
Rinse those out.
Yeah, I do.
And what are we talking about a little bit?
So we are talking about. Actually, I do have a fairly clean one. We are talking about this idea. It's something that, as Eric brought up, that we had this bottle on the table for reviewing this week, kind of came to mind as it's weird because I think that it could be under the umbrella of small batch in one capacity, but I think that it kind of garners its own topic of discussion, which is micro batching. And to me, that is a distinction of like a brand or, even like larger brands who take these limited releases and they take a particular, label or, they have something special about it. And it's this limited run, right? And there are so many of these brands that have been popping up over the past few years. And one of them that I figured we could include in the discussion.
What is that?
What do you mean?
I've never heard of that.
Oh, come on. Don't be a dick.
I'm just playing.
Is from our
Fortuna.
Our dear friend Chad over at My Daily Bourbon and Rare Character, Fortuna. I don't know which batch specifically this is.
Batch
this is not the mutant batch. No.
I gotta get that one. I will buy that mutant batch. Chad, tell me which one it is.
You know what's funny? I wish that I could say that I bought this bottle locally, but I didn't. I had to buy it off of somebody on secondary market. Anyway,
damn,
it got shipped to me. I basically paid like primary value for it.
That's always my favorite thing, though. If you like, it's kind of like the dark arts. Like,
yeah,
I know that it is literally down the road from me.
Yeah.
But when I bought that, they had to ship it to me, and it's like, it's funny, like and I know, I'm sorry that like, oh, you live in Kentucky around. I'm not saying that. Yeah, we live close to Buffalo Trace and all that stuff. It's still whatever. But like some of these brands like this, like the people are right here, but we still have to like go through other means to get them. It's just crazy how bourbon works.
Yeah.
I guess you.
No, it's wild. So if I say,
which one did you pour that in?
This one.
Okay.
So if I say micro batching, what does that mean to you?
To me, that means like it's kind of like these brands that. Like Dixon has, he has the tribute blend. He has all this. It's not like there's a 2XO small batch that is going to be just on the shelf.
Even though there is.
Yeah. but it's not like saying Knob Creek small batch.
Yeah.
Knob Creek small batch, I feel like, is always going to be there. It's just Knob Creek small batch. It's not Knob Creek small batch 23 or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like it's like, yeah, it could be small batch. You know, a big brand could make however 2,000 bottles of that run, but it's always going to be Knob Creek small batch. These other ones are it's a special. It's like Chad blending up a Fortuna, and the proof is different after these however many bottles he makes.
Right, and there's different barrels that go into it, and you know how many different barrels
it
go
almost
into
feels more
it, or
like
the finishing process, if there is a finishing process.
Yeah,
that goes
it's like
into
it's
it.
a more intimate small batch.
Yeah,
If you know what I mean. Like, he's probably looking at all these things, a couple barrels, and doing it, and he's really focusing and not like a big brand who's like pouring like bats and bats of stuff into it. To me, it's more intimate. It's a small batch. Like we said, it's 1 barrel, 20 barrels, whatever you want to consider a small batch. I feel like it's just more of an intimate product.
right. And you know the first like widely regarded, I think, small batch was Booker's. That was the first one where people were like paying attention to it, and it was definitely the one where it was marketed as a special release.
Yeah.
You know, and it was demarcated as such too. And the longer it's gone on, it's gotten names, and it's gotten, you know, all these specific identifiers with it. And it's not to say that, you know, Booker's is a very wide release as far as like a small batch goes.
Right.
But it is still kind of like a microcosm of what Jim Beam does within
Because
its brand.
It's
you know,
still the same whiskey.
Exactly, but it's not released in the same way that like Knob Creek small batch is.
Right.
Like it's not
it's more intimate. It's more like
exactly
centralized
Yeah.
there.
But to me, it's not in the same way that like these 2XO releases are.
Well, I feel like those are even more. I mean, you're not going to see these in every. I don't know if the 2XO is in every state.
Yeah.
In every store and all that. They're still a micro batch that is secluded to a certain location. I guess you would say. I've never seen this in a store. I mean, I know. I think I've seen it like
once,
but I've never like. It's pretty rare. I mean,
yeah, I think I saw it maybe once, and I didn't. I only picked it up, or I didn't pick it up then, just because I couldn't afford it. But then, you know, I saw it in a bourbon group on Facebook.
I want to drink it.
Yeah, we've sat here and, you know, talked about it enough.
Oh,
it's really good, man.
It's cask strength bourbon. I mean, that's for
it's
sure.
Straight brown sugar and cinnamon to me. And Chad, I'm sorry, you're probably going to let us know after this episode comes out. It's the 120
1.8.
Yeah. I don't know specifically which batch this is. It might be
420. Tomorrow.
Oh, that's tomorrow.
Yeah.
I ain't got time for that.
This is way, and Chad knows I'm always honest with him. The one there was, did we get a sample, or you had a sample of one, and it wasn't for me. Like I was like,
oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
But this is getting closer to what I like, and then the one that the more recent batch, I swear he blended it for me. He can say whatever he wants to.
Yeah.
But this is like, yeah, it's just a well balanced like blend. I'm not getting anything crazy, but I could just sit and pour this up and probably pair it with a bajillion different things because it's just solid.
I want to back up a little bit too and talk about like the purpose of the micro batches, because I think we jumped ahead a little bit in terms of like, where we're seeing them. There's a couple different reasons that I think they exist. The first one for me is collectability.
Yeah. Look behind you. I mean, I've got a whole line of the 2XOs all lined up there.
Oh,
all of them.
Look at that.
I collected them. But it's true. I mean, it's like, hey, do you got this version of it? Do you got this batch or do you got that? And it's like you said, you can't go and be like, yeah, I got like 20 Knob Creek small batches back here. Okay, we're getting down to the laser code right now. So it's like, yeah, it's what batch do you got? What proof do you got?
Yeah.
All that.
There's the collectability aspect of it for sure, which, whether it's breaking it out at meetups or small tastings with people, which I'm still trying to find my way back into. Not like I'm, scoping it out or anything.
Sneaky boy. Kind of wheel my way into this.
Spaghetti. It's still a part of like, I'm trying to understand how to like become a part of that again post pandemic.
Yeah.
Post COVID. Cause I just like, that was me. It's just not part of like my bourbon vernacular these days, or at least not the way it used to be.
Well, you are, and you've kind of always been like this. I feel like we have the same love for whiskey, but I definitely am more of the collector, and you are the finisher.
I am.
You like to enjoy one bottle for a while and kind of finish it, while I'm like, okay,
hold on to
a quarter of it's gone, put it back. Maybe there's some reason I got to keep it or bring it out later.
Well, and I was that way for a while. But what really changed that for me was the pandemic.
Yeah.
And especially those like first few months where I was like, don't know what's going to happen, man.
Right. But
so I had all these like kind of special bottles.
You don't do it because you're like, I just got to finish this. You do it because you find a bottle you like to drink and you enjoy it. And that's what you have every time you have a pour.
Yeah. And I'm not big on the like.
And you share it with me and I'll drink a bunch of it too. And
yeah.
all of a sudden you
but also like I've said this before on the podcast. I'm really, when I say bad, I don't mean like this is a bad habit.
A bad guy.
I'm really bad about like finding a bottle that I love and then sharing it to the point where I wind up with like a quarter of it left.
You share it and
then
drink
I just
it
have
and
to like,
and you drink it with the people you share.
Exactly. And then I have to like shove it away so that I don't like drink any more of it.
You're really good though
for a while.
You're really good about finding a bottle like that isn't so hard to find, and you somehow like that Nulu or like some Elijah Craig batches and stuff.
Oh yeah.
You somehow end up finding like 6 bottles of it, and I'm like, what? How do you keep finding this thing? You're really good about that.
I just run into it a bunch.
I know,
yeah,
that's crazy.
I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, but to me, it's more important to like share those in general.
Yeah.
And there's that scene in Neat, and I guess I just took it way to heart, where Freddie Johnson goes, there's always going to be another special bottle of bourbon that you can share. You may as well enjoy what you have while you have it. I'm paraphrasing. But so, during the pandemic...
Fred Johnson enters the chat. I didn't say that, Perry.
That's not what I said at all, you dummy. He starts getting real mad at me. It's the first time he's ever been angry. But no, like, I just took it as like, well, I don't know what's going to happen. This, that, and the other. So I just... Anyway, this is off topic. But to me, it's like... you have these different expressions, these different like little micro batches.
Yeah.
And so even if you take, the Phoenix blend and the Tribute blend and now the Kiawah blend to a tasting, there's all of these different aspects of like what makes them special and different that if and even if people who are not like experienced bourbon drinkers, they can still try them side by side and be like, there's something special and different that I can try here.
Yeah, you make a good point. It's like it's almost like showcasing the talent of the blender.
Mm-hmm. And that's the other thing that I was going to bring up too. The other half of this like reason for microbatching to exist. There's the collectability side of it, and there's also like persistence and importance of making your name as a brand. Right. And it's not that, if we're specifically talking about 2XO, it's not that there isn't within the bourbon world recognition for the name Dixon Deadman. It's just that 2XO itself didn't have, when it first started out, an identifier.
Well, yeah, he had to distinguish himself from the Kentucky Owl.
Yeah.
And he also, I'm not speaking for Dixon. I'm just going by what I see. I feel like he had to be like, there was a bunch of haters that were like, Kentucky Owl is too expensive, whatever. It's just
But that was a progressive issue. That wasn't like,
I know, but I'm saying
that way.
I know it didn't start that way, but when he left, he had to get people to come. He probably wanted those haters to come back and try something else and be like, look, listen,
100%.
Like, this is my product and all that. So I feel like he was trying to make something that he felt was priced reasonable and it tasted good and all that to maybe, bring some of those haters back or new tasters or something like that. And he did. And he's got, and what's the, what is it, Oak Project or something like that?
Yeah. And even...
What is it? It's all the way over there. Nope. There it is. So that would be...
the Oak series.
I feel like that would be more of the wide release small batch.
And it's supposed to be.
For bars and cocktails and, whatever you want to use it for. But yeah, I think the micro batches are a good way to show, just like Fortuna, like different batches. I wish Chad would put a name on them or something so I could remember what they were. But it shows you can taste through different variations. You can see what the blender can do, Yes, I know it takes talent to keep one product consistently the same across the board, but also it's cool to see what they can do with smaller batches and make different things taste different. Just like you said, take it to a tasting, compare it, a friend's over, compare two batches, So, what are you doing?
Nothing.
Oh.
We'll talk about it elsewhere.
Okay. So, yeah.
Sometimes you just notice little things on labels, and you wonder why they're there.
What?
It's a very minor difference.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Little Easter egg.
You wouldn't notice it unless you were really keyed in.
Well, yeah, because I wouldn't have noticed it unless you were doing
unless
it.
I was actually
copying you.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, I'm curious what people think about this notion of micro batching.
Yeah, because I think it's like dark arts. Like McCulley's kind of doing the same thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Too. It's something that I'm not even trying to like coin a phrase, but I think that it's existed within the lexicon of bourbon and whiskey within like the past 5 to 10 years.
You're talking about Lexington.
Sure.
Lexicon?
Lexington,
Kentucky?
Bourbon, Lexington Comic Con?
No, yeah.
You're getting me off topic
I
here.
don't know. I mean, I find these in Lexington. I thought you were talking about Lexington.
Anyway. It's something that is not uncommon within bourbon, but nobody's really like identified that this is something that is happening specifically.
Yeah,
I guess.
Yeah.
So I'm curious what other brands, people see this happening with. Does it?
Sorry, I keep.
No, go ahead.
Do the Bourbon Junkies? Does their brand have a small batch, or are they
I think
still
it's just single barrels right now.
I would like to see what those guys can blend up.
Oh, I bet it would be awesome.
I would like to see that.
Yeah,
taste that. Pair that. I did see that they finally had a release that was outside of like their Patreon or their community or whatever. I didn't get it.
With Sealbox?
I think so.
Yeah.
Or Bourbon Outfitters, something like that.
Yeah.
Either way. Try some of their stuff.
You want to give this guy a little review?
Let's do it. Sorry, I was off the camera.
You were still off mic.
I know.
As you were apologizing for being off mic, you were off mic.
But yes, the newest blend from Dixon to XO, the Kiawah blend.
104 proof, right?
104 proof.
I'm not sure if this is consistent with and I think this is when I was reviewing the Phoenix blend back in October of 2022.
Dang. He's been doing this for a while.
Woo, buddy. But the double barreling process that it goes through. New charred oak, 3 and 4 char levels. Average of the age of the barrels. So the bourbon going into these.
6 to 8 or so.
About 7.
So, yeah.
So, roughly.
Here we go.
Maybe still. I don't know.
Who knows? Dixon's a wild man.
I like to think that this could be like similar to the bourbon that, is in Dixon's like private stock.
Yeah.
That he holds back for himself.
Probably.
And he blends up and takes on vacation with him.
I mean, I feel like he made a post back when his last vacation.
He might have.
He keeps outing himself. Dixon, what are you doing? But like he was like kind of tasting stuff while he was at the beach and everything like that. So I want to put myself in Dixon's place. He's in South Carolina. He's on the beach, and he just blended up this.
If this tastes like rum, I'm going to throw something.
No, I don't think so.
I'm kidding.
All right. It smells soft.
It actually does kind of, which if you're putting it in that mindset, I think is really appropriate for like.
It smells relaxing.
Yeah. I don't mind.
It does have a sort of
poolside
tropical
kind of
cocktail nose. You can tell it's
is
bourbon.
A little pineapple-y.
You can tell it's bourbon though. It does not smell.
Oh, it is oaky.
Yeah, it doesn't smell like rum, so don't worry about that.
Vanilla, marshmallow.
Oh, there's a lot of. It's almost like party punch. When you get like a sherbet.
Oh yeah.
And like punch, and it's got like the marshmallows on top of it.
I know what you're talking about.
That's what it smells like.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
All right. Oh. It doesn't taste like that, but not in a bad way.
There's this like...
There's a cinnamon note.
Lightly toasted almond thing going on too.
Yeah, it's very bright and like marshmallowy and sherbety on the nose, but then it turns into like it's like an almond cinnamon.
You know that salad that's got like almonds and what are the little oranges?
Little cuties?
Not cuties. They're like really tiny
I know
oranges.
what you're talking about. Micro oranges?
Micro oranges. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Thought so. I don't know. I know what you're talking about.
But it's that kind of salad.
Yeah.
It's a very like light kind of tropical feeling salad. It might have like feta or goat cheese in it or something. It's just
that's just okay. This blend is not going to like punch you in the face and be like, here's.
I don't think it needs to.
No, this is God, he's such a genius. And I'm not even like, what did we say last time? Dick riding. We say dick riding.
Oh, what? Yeah, I said.
I'm not trying to do that right now to him. Like this, he blended this in with the mindset of being in his happy place, in his relaxing place, and this. From the nose to the palate is a relaxing pour.
But I am feeling that too. I mean, like physically, it is giving me that like hitting the middle of my chest as like the finish is kind of working its way through, and
it's got a very
spreading.
ease you into it finish.
Yeah,
there's nothing bold, punchy about this. It's just relaxing, and the nose is definitely different than the palate.
That little lightly toasted almond note is so
good.
nice.
It's good.
I really enjoy this.
And it's like a sprinkle of cinnamon on top of it.
Yeah, cinnamon sugar.
Yeah, Dixon,
specifically, I think.
The little Dixon fairy just sprinkled some cinnamon sugar across it.
I'm imagining him as like,
a little like Cupid.
Yeah, it's exactly.
Little Dixon Cupid. Just sprinkling a little cinnamon sugar over top of you. Well, you're sitting by the pool. You're like, man, this is good. And he's like, it's good.
It's fantastic. It's so funny because this goes right in line with the conversation about micro batching in that it's completely different from all of the other.
You want to have one of the other batches to compare it to?
I'd like to compare it to the tribute blend, if you don't mind. Because that's my favorite one out of the other releases. And I think it's the most like in your face of them all too. Thank you.
Of course. That's what we do. This is a bourbon podcast. We drink bourbon. Ain't that right?
Yeah, why'd you have to say it so aggressively?
Yeah, I was just reminding people. Bourbon is a star. I love that batch. That is bold and in your face. And the tribute was those that came before him, his mentors and everything. So
yeah,
this is like all the distillers that he learned.
It was
from.
the Carters and Rutledge.
And yeah, they're two different animals or automobiles.
Fruits.
I mean, they're two different. They're both
penguins.
They both have
I don't
hearts,
know, man.
But they do different things. Yeah. Oh my gosh. The finish is so strong, in a good way. But it's bold. It's spicy. It's what the closest you could get to like a single barrel proof bourbon or something like that. Mm-hmm. And this one is it's your relaxing pour. It's your on the beach. I need to get another one of these for vacation. Just not even open it until vacation. Take it on vacation.
You know what's funny? The liquor barn that is closest to me still has a bottle of the Phoenix blend.
The Phoenix blend?
The Phoenix blend. When I was in there the other day, I saw it, and it was behind the glass too. I was like, what is that doing here still?
Y'all need to go get that. I got a bottle signed that I haven't opened yet.
Did you do your hard pose with Dixon for it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And he signed I signed a box of cupcakes. And gave to him.
That's
Remember?
right.
We
That's
did a reverse
funny.
jersey.
Oh my
swap.
gosh!
I signed a box
What
of
are you
cakes.
sitting on, by the way?
This is one of Eli's old jerseys. It doesn't fit anymore. But the cat has so much hair and nails.
Oh, right.
And I got black pants on. I just didn't want to do it.
It looked like a form of protest. Like you were upset that somebody got traded to another team.
Oh, I'm sitting on the
Yeah.
jersey. I'll be sitting on Stephon Diggs jersey. If that was the case.
Yeah. Two entirely different animal beals.
Yeah, animal bills. I like that. Yeah, I mean, one for different moods. He definitely, if you're going to read the back of a label and try to figure out what this is going to taste like, he definitely hit a home run on that. Like, yeah, one's relaxing, chill, vacation. One is let's pay tribute to the distillers and blenders that show me how to do it. So
I like when I go on vacation, go on a trip, to bring different bourbon expressions because, throughout a given week, I like variety of bourbon. And I feel like I could take now. Each bottle is $100. So I'm not picking up 6 different bottles of 2XO and taking them all, maybe coming back with.
Are they $100? I didn't pay $100 for this.
Really?
Yeah, I paid $85 for this.
Yeah, retail's $100.
Oh.
You got it at the mutant discount.
I did. I figured though maybe it was like $95. Anywhere from $90
we can look up
to
the
$100.
MSRP just for posterity's sake.
I'm sure somebody's going to leave a comment. I hate when he does the mutant discount price. It doesn't represent the actual price of the product.
35% rye. Wow, I didn't realize it was that high of a rye bourbon. Dixon's only given us like half the.
That one roughly $100. So $95 to $100.
Yeah,
average.
Just spill bourbon on yourself on purpose. I want to feel it.
I want to feel the bourbon. That's our new.
I want to experience
our new review system. What's it feel like?
I want to see how it soaks into my pores.
How does it feel on my skin?
Anyway, I think it's about time for us to give this the old Timbip review treatment.
Do it.
I guess.
Yeah.
Nose, palate, finish, and price. Each category is out of 5. We give the final score out of 20. If you want to score it out of 100, multiply it by 5. If not, I feel like out of 20 is a pretty good.
It's a rating system.
We've been doing it since the first week of the podcast.
If 1 is the worst and 20 is the best, figure it out. I mean,
how about the nose?
The nose is
3.5.
Yes, 3.5. I was actually good. I'm trying to debate whether I like the nose or the palate the most, and I think I figured it out. But 3.5 on the nose. I mean, it's like you said. If you're wanting a bold, spicy, in your face. This is not going to do it, but that's not what this was made for. This is to relax. This is made in honor of vacations and stuff like that. So right down the middle, 3.5. I'm just enjoying the nose.
Yeah, I think so too. It's not blowing me away, but I think that it is very enjoyable. Not the most complex nose by any means. 3.5. I think the palate pushes it a little bit further.
I'm going to say a 4.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a 4
That's
as well.
what I was going back and forth. I think the palate takes that relaxation and moves it up a notch. And it's like, oh, this does taste like I'm sitting by the pool. But you still get a little bit more bourbon notes.
Yeah.
The nose to me is still kind of tropical, marshmallowy, like you said. The palate, though, it brings you back into kind of those dark notes, that cinnamon,
for
that
sure.
almond, and stuff like that. So, it kind of goes up.
Do you think that the finish goes a little bit flat?
Yes, the finish is a 3 to me.
I was actually going to go at 2.5. I just think that like everything that is there on the palate is present, but it disappears so quickly. And it kind of like, it's almost like the light version, like the aspartame version of the palate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That I'm not like over the moon about it,
right?
By any means. So I'm gonna give it a 2.5.
I was gonna give it a a 3.
Yeah, you said 3.
Yeah, the finish is just there, and if you're going by the project, the outline, I would think that a simple small finish is more relaxing. You don't want nothing that's going to be like, oh my God, my chest is burning. Like I feel it all there. And you're just, I mean, I would expect that, I guess. And I'm not trying to cop out by, he giving it a bad finish. Like it is lacking on the finish, but that may be what Dixon was going for.
Sure.
So.
Yeah, you're not going on vacation and going like,
burn me up,
I want
baby.
the oakiest. I want the most.
Give me all the oak on the beach, and I'm just a man. No.
So what, are we supposed to rank it on like the intention or what's there?
Well, I mean, the finish. I mean, we didn't rank it on that. The finish is just there. I would give this finish a 3 on anything. I'm just trying to say
intention, I guess, is like a 5, but like based on like what it actually is, it's 2.5.
That's fine. It's a simple finish. That's what it is. I was just trying to put myself on the beach right now while I'm drinking this. I'm getting more. This is my new thing. Every bottle that we review, I'm going to put myself in a different scenario. I'm going to review it like.
Shouldn't you though?
You should.
Yeah, I feel like that makes sense.
Yeah.
We're too in our heads after the survey.
I'm so into this right now. Price,
$100. I understand that there is so much work that goes into it. It's still a little bit much, especially considering it's roughly like 7 years old.
Yeah.
But it's still really well crafted.
Yeah.
You know, I think it kind of makes sense to me. I would like to see a little bit more proof on it. An actual age statement would make sense to me in this case. But all in all, I don't want to get scrutinized.
Just say it.
3.5.
There you go. I was going to say a 3. I think it's right down the middle. I think this could go either way. I would like to see this at like $80 normally. Yes, I am loyal to a store that I bought this at. They gave me a good little discount. If this was $85 for everybody, I would give it more of a 4 to a 5. But it is. It's $100, and that's still expensive to somebody.
I think too.
But it's well crafted. It's worth $100. But I would like to see it less for people.
I think too. What gets lost in translation sometimes is that price usually for us means value. I don't know. Maybe we should change the name of the category to value instead of price. Nose, palate, finish, and value.
That sounds weird.
It kind of does, but I don't hate the idea. We'll talk about it. We'll have a meeting. We'll have a meeting about having a meeting. We'll figure it out anyway. Include it in the survey. Go back and do the survey again. No, don't do that.
Oh boy.
it doesn't matter. But yeah, I mean, it can be a lot for a bottle of bourbon. But if you're going after it for collectability purposes, I think it makes sense. If you're going after it for drinkability purposes, I think you can still find a lot of value in it. It's just,
I think it's good. I think it's fine, not good. Good is
is good and fine.
It's good and fine. Like, I don't have a problem with that price point. Would I like to? Yeah, we all want to save a little money.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's worth, I don't want to say this is only a $50 bottle. No, it's not. Like,
yeah.
But, I think it's priced fine for what it is.
Yeah.
You want to pair it? You have to, because I did this on my own. I didn't tell you about this.
Huh? You said you didn't open this bottle.
I didn't. But I also talked to Dixon. And I said, hey, Dixon, we're going to review this on Friday. Just straight up, first thing that comes to your mind, what would you pair this with? And he told me, and I have that. So I think my new thing is if I know the person. Or
surprise sips and snacks.
Surprise sips and snacks. We will move the mic away. We will not chew in your ear holes. But Dixon said oatmeal cream pie. So we're going to pair this with oatmeal cream pie. Dixon's pairing, not my pairing. I did not open this. You saw me open it.
I did.
So this is what he would pair it with.
Could we do it while we're doing barrel rings?
Of course.
Okay.
I mean, this is not like a sips and snacks per se, but this is just what Dixon said he would pair it with.
Okay, sure. Well, barrel rings is a segment of the show that
some people like,
some people like, some people are questionable on. We've been doing it for a little bit. I don't want to talk about it too much because we're trying to keep some of the survey stuff to ourselves. But I think probably starting next month, which I guess is like a couple weeks away or a week away by the time this episode comes out. We are going to be moving barrel rings to monthly.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to keep it at the last week of the month. Just however that falls. So if you want to correspond with the show via text or voicemail, you can do so. That number is not going to go away anytime soon. But you can leave us a voicemail by calling or texting 859-428-8253. That number's in the description. Right, it's on screen. You're going to actually text it?
Yeah.
Just to make sure it's still working? Okay, cool. But while we're doing this little pairing, we will listen to this week's barrel ring. We only have one, but it is in two parts. So brace yourself.
Oh, boy.
I suppose.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Jared here. Hope you've had an enjoyable week. I'm glad the stress of Shinbib weekend starting to come off of you guys and you return to normal. I will say it's a huge gift for you guys to get Kenny Coleman to show up, as Pursuit is one of my faves. I've actually been emailing with Kenny while I stopped, but to try and become one of their ambassadors. Now that they're distributed up here near Philly, I thought maybe I could make it work, but I can't make it work. But it would have been fantastic to meet Kenny in person after all the annoying emails I've sent him. But unfortunately, I will not be there for the weekend. I will instead be at Long Island for a wedding. It's one of my wife's best friends from growing up, so this is definitely not a, hey, I want to go to Kentucky and drink whiskey instead of going to your friend's wedding kind of event. And she's had a rocky history with relationships, so this is kind of an important one for her. And hopefully by then my mother-in-law would have finished buying a house up here by us, and we can start clearing out that actual castle of hoarding that she has out there in Long Island. But yeah, super bummed to miss it. I hope it's awesome. I'm going to put it on the calendar for next year, assuming you guys do it. Otherwise, I guess that's about it. Hope you guys had fun. I thought I had something else, but I guess I don't. So I'm out. No, I remember what I was going to say. I filled out your response sheet, giving my feedback on the podcast. Although I find the timing where you're claiming to be your drop in downloads coincidental when I started leaving all these barrel ranks. But like hell, I'm going to stop doing that. This is too much fun, and I can't do. But if you want something more detailed, I'd be happy to put together a PowerPoint deck of all the ways that Eric is ruining. I mean, all the things I like and don't like about the podcast. If you want some additional detail and graphics and whatnot. So yeah. Just let me know.
I knew it.
Amazing.
I knew it. It's me and Jared. We're running a podcast. I can't believe Jared has to go to a wedding during the meetup.
I'm so mad about it.
I'm sick of it.
You're what?
He does this every time. This is the third wedding he said he had to go to because he couldn't come. He's made this excuse every time. What do you think about this pairing? Actually?
I'm not gonna name the
spam risk.
I think the pairing is incredible.
Oh my god!
It turns it into like, like a fruit tart.
Which
sounds like I'm calling you a name.
You ain't calling me that. No, that's great.
But when you've got like a sugar cookie and like
it's like a
vanilla
pizza.
frosting, but you've got like exactly like that.
Oh, that's
good. Exactly what it turns it into.
All that fruit that you get on the nose and the marshmallow, it's like you put it on top of the oatmeal cream pie.
Yep.
Oh, that's good. That's straight from Dixon. That's what he would pair it with. Nothing that we said. So there you go. It's like he knows what he's doing or something. It's like he's a professional blender.
He understands. He knows flavors.
That's good.
Yeah. I don't have any other responses to Jared's.
No, I think he knows we're disappointed in him.
I'm sorry you're ruining whiskey.
Well,
we're going to get the the PowerPoint this week. We're going to have to talk about it on next week's live stream.
I will be on next week's live stream.
Great. High proof hot takes.
None.
Me neither.
Surveys.
Tips and bits.
Tips and bits. Have you? No, wait. You gotta announce the segment. Sorry, I got ahead of myself.
It's the part of the show where we recommend things we have been watching, listening to, reading, just enjoying over the past week or so.
Have you watched X-Men 97?
I have not yet. I have actually been waiting for. I've been waiting for the whole show to come out before I go through all of it.
I have watched everything that's out so far.
I've heard it's amazing.
It is amazing. They did a fantastic job of not trying to make it look so new, but also keep it the same feel as the original. But you can tell it's like made better. They've added music into this that's like still like 90s music, but it's like, nobody, and they would have never put that in there.
Right.
It's just like it's just too good. It picks up so smoothly, and I kid you not, when I say that episode 5 of X-Men 97 is some of the best comic book animation whatever to exist.
Nice.
You have to trust me.
I fully
the music, the story, the dialogue. Oh my God. It's so good. If you're an X-Men fan, you're going to love it. If you're a fan, of Marvel, I think you're still going to love it. I will say the only negative thing about it is you probably need to have had a little background on either X-Men comics or the old show, because there's stuff that picks up on that they expect you to know. Like, it's not like they're going to go into a full, right, they do a flashback and tell you everything. They don't. But this show is so good. As someone who grew up watching the original X-Men animated and then got into the comics and reread the comics that the show was based on, it's everything I want. It's so good. It lasts just long enough each episode. Oh my gosh. Chef's Kiss. Love this show. Watch it. Let me know what you think.
Do you want me to be really honest with you?
No. Lie to me. Be honest with me. Tell me.
I have nothing to recommend this week.
You've been busy. You had a long time.
I have nothing. I've been watching my regular stuff that has been consistent for me. I've been doing my normal 9 to 5. I've been editing the podcast. I've been stuck in just regular mode for the past week.
That's okay.
I got nothing new. I'm sorry. It's just
one word.
This is the first time in over 100 episodes that I don't have anything to recommend.
Give some advice. One phrase. Tell it to the camera that somebody can take and, for the next week.
Sure. This is the only thing that I truly live by. I try to practice it every day. If I don't do it well on any given day, I say to myself, I'll do it better tomorrow. Be kind always, no matter.
And no matter what, go to patreon.com/MyBourbonPodcast for as little as
that is the worst ad transition.
You can support the show, but at $5, you get all the bonus stuff. You get this episode uncut. You get the pregame chats. You get Sips and Snacks. That's on this show. You get Sample Irresistible. You get Pours from the Floor. You get Barrel. I can't. I'm so tore up because I'm looking in the Perry at the corner of my eye and in the screen, and he's so mad at me right now. But patreon.com/MyBourbonPodcast. Support the show. That's where all the stuff comes out first. That's where you get the first chance to buy tickets and do all the stuff. We love you. You can join the Discord. You can talk freely among yourself in the Discord. That's the place to go.
Talk with us, too.
Talk with us. Message us. All that stuff. If you want to get some merch, go to bourbonshop.threadless.com. All the designs are up there. You'll get some random sales and coupon codes and all that. Get some merch. If you want to send an email, this is mybourbonshop@gmail.com. If you want to send some physical mail samples, send it to
P.O. Box 22609, Lexington, Kentucky 40522.
There you go. If you want to follow us on all social media, I am at Whiskey Mutant. Perry is at PRitter1792, and the whole show as itself is at My Bourbon Pod. You can
run that account. That's basically my second account.
Yeah.
Hit me up over there. I'm the one who responds to it, and yeah, it's me.
It's him. He just outed himself again. This whole episode is about outing yourself. And then you can go to Facebook. You want to join the Facebook group?
Sure.
Join it. This is My Bourbon Podcast Facebook group. We do show updates. We do links to all the tickets, any kind of live show, anything like that. Do it there. You can go to youtube.com. This is My Bourbon Podcast. You can watch this episode. If you're listening, maybe you want to see the episode, go there. Perry goes live every Thursday at 7. I will be joining him this Thursday. Don't know what we're doing, but I'll be there.
We'll figure it out.
He'll tell me. And then, everybody knows what to do, but I'm going to say it. Like, comment, subscribe. Maybe this is your first time.
Leave us a 5-star rating and review on your podcast app of choice. I think we still have a consistent 5-star rating on Spotify as well. Keep that up, please, if you haven't done so. Super simple. Your podcast app of choice, if you're listening there natively, just do it.
Do it.
We appreciate it.
Hey, and the survey's still up. Let us know what you think. Tell us what you think. Be honest. It's anonymous. Although some of you sign it, and we know who you are.
Which is fine. We're keeping it anonymous.
If you want us to know who you are, let us know.
Next week, I think we are finally going to get around to reviewing the new Overholt release.
Really?
The new rye, which means we're probably going to put up all of the ryes in a flight as well.
They love flights. I heard it.
Okay.
They do. They like flights. They like bourbon flights. That's what they said.
Well, it's rye, but we'll find out.
Rye flights.
Whatever. Thank you all so much for listening, for supporting. It's very aggressive.
I'm making sure.
Yeah, well, thank you. We'll see y'all next time. Until then, I'm Perry.
I am Eric, the Whiskey Mute.
I hate formal Eric.
See you next time, guys.
Until then. This is my Bourbon Podcast.